Oh my God. We have a ton to talk about today on the A Show. The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Hey, welcome, beautiful people. We have, like Ray said, a lot to talk about. Apparently, there's just so much going on every week now. But I'm happy to see you, and we have a special announcement. Big Ray and I are going to a 7 o'clock time slot as of
What?
next week.
Are you serious?
Yes, 7 o'clock. We're going back to nights.
Hold on. John Cena, what do you think?
Boobies.
Oh, he sounds excited. That's
There we
awesome.
go, boobies. Yeah, so you guys asked, and we listened. So 7 to 9:30. So there we go. Hope to see you.
So here's the deal. Wait, 7 to 9:30. That's 2.5. What are you talking about?
7 to 8:30. 7 to 8:30. Sorry, 7 to 8:30. Yeah, sorry. I was just excited. I'm like, I want to hang out with you guys that much longer. But make sure you set your Twitch notifications so you get that.
So here's the deal. What you guys got to do is very simple, just like in YouTube, just like in most of the other social media platforms. Just click this, a notification bell. You can click that, and it'll tell you when the show is going live. Also, you can follow us at _ the A Show, if I'm correct, on Twitter. But also follow us on Instagram at the A Show Official or A Show Official. I think it's A Show Official, right? It's A Show Official, or you can follow April at April Hunter or me at Big Ray Hernandez. Dude, I'm always posting when the show's going live. I'm tweeting out and stuff like that. So that way you can follow us. But yes, we are going to 7 p.m. starting next week. And April, I'm going to see if I do this. For those who are not big fans and don't support YouTube, we are going to be also streaming on Rumble. Okay,
yeah.
I think next week I'm gonna try. Cross my fingers. So, we're streaming on Twitch, we're streaming on YouTube, and we're streaming on Rumble. If Rumble starts getting more popular, guess what? Goodbye YouTube, and then we'll just be doing the Patreon, the Rumble, and the Twitch, and everything like that. So, I'm pretty excited about that. Rock on, mahalo, brother, all that good stuff. So, what's up, April? What's going on?
Nothing. I'm pretty excited. I'm excited about how everything's going and getting some traction. And hello to everybody here. Hi, Eva. Hi, Winona. I'm watching you with all the creations you're doing. So I might not comment on all of them, but you are just such an amazing artist.
With
and
the wood
Alex,
gimmick, right? With the wood
gimmick? With the and her clock and everything. AB Twitch, Alex, Bigwig, Allie, Chris. Cool, awesome dude. Hey, it's nice to see you guys. Who am I missing there? Trick Shot. Yeah, that's Eva. So
okay.
Yeah, thanks for coming in today. So I know this hour is difficult because a lot of people are working or it's 4 o'clock driving, so thank you. Apparently I'm everyone's wife.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
I'm everyone's wife.
You are not kidding.
I don't know if you guys would really actually want me as your wife.
Why not?
I keep weird hours. Okay. I live with a lot of fur, dog hair. My clothes are never pressed, and I'm always late.
All right, so you're every woman.
Yeah, I guess so. And Wolf, how are you doing?
Where's Wolf?
Marvelous Wolf has joined us.
So by next week, I'm assuming that since we're moving to 7 p.m.
Wait, I just gotta say, do you see these titties? There's enough titty here to be everyone's wife.
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna say, I got enough to share. Woo!
Jesus Christ. Stop it. So I'm assuming next week, April, since we have since we're going to be starting at 7, most people should be home by 7. I'm going to ask you guys to do us a favor. Whether you have 10 followers on Twitter, whether somebody's cheering.
Boobies.
Yeah.
Whether you have 1 follower, whether you have 2 followers, whether you have 235,000 followers, do me a favor. If you can, guys, can you share the link to the show? Tweet out like our Twitter handles, so on and so forth. Let people know what time we're starting. If there's topics that you guys like, you can actually take the screenshot or like kind of save the thumbnails that I make and tweet them out and stuff. Do that. It'll kind of help us, guys. And you want to gain traction, especially since we're moving to Rumble. So, thank you so much, guys, for all your support. We really appreciate you and love you.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. So, and I'm excited about moving to Rumble because apparently they will actually pay their creators something, which we honestly don't make any money over here. We just do it because we love you and want to give back. And I posted something earlier. If you follow my Twitter, and I'm eating my hair, I have 2 accounts, and that's it. And it's April Hunter, and my backup account is Real April Hunter. I'm having a bad hair day and a furry one. Is that mine or yours? Look at the dog hair.
It ain't mine.
So somebody is starting some clone accounts and contacting people saying that they're me and it's my new private account. This is not me. So if you see anything like that out there, it's not me. Please let me know.
Yep.
2 accounts only, Real April Hunter and April Hunter. So if you follow my account, I posted earlier today that one of the reasons I post the information I do, because you'll get information and you'll get boobies.
Yes, we love those.
Right, you get boobies and you get information. And one of the reasons that I post information that the mainstream media will not post is because I feel that we are entitled to be fully informed. We are entitled to know the whole story. And when you don't get all the information, or when you are dealing with deception, you're not able to make fully informed and intelligent decisions, and it leads to bad things. So by giving people the information that I've been able to research, because again, this is what my degree is in, and knowing people from all over the world from my previous career is helpful as well. So when I can share these things to you guys, it is not to upset anyone. It's not to cause negativity. It's not to do any of those things. It's to give you guys information, because knowledge is power. So we are dealing with changes, and to make the best information, or make the best decisions for you, your family, everybody you love, the more information you have, the better decisions you can make, and the more rational they will be. So we're dealing with a lot of fear-based bullshit right now through mainstream media. And we'll get into why that's happening during the show. But that's why I post when I post. Some people like it, some people don't. I kind of don't give a fuck. This is my calling. This is what I feel like I'm called to do. So, if you like it, cool. If you don't, there's other girls out there who will just post their vagina. That's all
I usually tell people if they don't like something, go fist themselves. They love that. But hey, so who we got? We got Red Sunny 24 who jumped in here, and also Colin Wyatt-song who jumped in here.
Yeah, Colin.
AB Twitch
Red Sunny, what's up?
Did I mention Cool Awesome Dude is here as well?
I saw that.
All right, so cool, man. All right, so a couple more people jumping in. God, it's gonna be great. The artist returns.
Yeah, the artist. What's up? How are you doing?
I have a feeling it's gonna be double next week, maybe triple.
I do too.
If you guys help us out.
Or as we go on. And I'm also going to miss a week sometime in the near future because I'm traveling.
What?
But we have a special guest host who is a former pro wrestler coming in, and she's going to take my place.
Yes, she will. She's awesome.
We'll talk about that later too.
She has a beautiful dog like you.
Yeah. She's got a beautiful lots of things like me. So
true. Beautiful man. I'll put it that way too.
Yes. So what are we talking about? What do we do? What are we bestowing upon these wonderful people today?
My God. All right. So we have a gauntlet of different topics. Everything from Tucker Carlson to Phil Jackson to Donald Trump. But why don't we start off with something a little lighter? So apparently leg lengthening surgery is gaining popularity amongst men to be taller. So let me just read this really quickly. A 26-year-old.
Oh man, I have an ex who would have loved to have done that.
How much taller?
As tall as he could get. He was one of those little man syndrome situations where he actually broke up with me because he said I was too big for him.
Oh, stop it.
And it made him feel inferior.
Really? How tall?
Yeah.
Wait, how tall are you, April?
I was 5'9". Now I'm like just around 5'7".
Really?
Yeah, because I had spinal compression because of all the accidents and car accidents.
5'9" is not that big.
All of that. But my hands and feet are still the hands and feet of somebody who is over 5'9" going on 5'10".
Oh, damn. Well then.
Yeah, I'm still a size 10 foot and giant basketball hands.
Can you?
And no, I'm not
what?
trans.
Let me. my ex-wife was about 5'9". My and Jen right now she's 5'7". So you know, I don't know. I don't mind it. The shortest woman I've ever dated was she was 4'8". That was funny.
That's right on the edge of being technically considered a dwarf.
Yeah, but she was
4'7" is the cutoff, right?
4'8" in the height, but about 7 feet tall in the tits.
Oh, there you go. That's
it was incredible. Anyway, so as you read here, it says here leg lengthening surgery. Okay, so it says 26-year-old man who had a procedure increasing his height from 5'7" to 5'10". That's a big difference.
It is.
Because the average height is 5'9".
That's got to be excruciating surgery.
My question to you:
what about the skin? You're pulling the skin.
What's that?
The skin. You're pulling that skin.
That's what it is. Like if you look at this picture, that's what.
And does that make your dick look smaller? Like, what if you're a short dude, but you have like an average to slightly larger size dick? You're gonna look like you're hung like a horse.
What if you're a tall dude and your dick is average, like Shaquille O'Neal? I'm not that I'm thinking about his cock all the time, but you ever think about that? Like a guy like Shaquille O'Neal who's like 7 feet tall, 500 pounds, Andre the Giant, those people like big. What if they have just
even if they have a 10-inch dick, it's still gonna look small on them,
right?
Sorry, Shaq.
That's all good. I mean, I told Colin.
But then again, they got hands. Those hands are giant. She's not instead.
Yo, I told Colin, I was like, shit, they can make you taller, but you're still walking around with that little pecker.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's fine. Colin's used to this little thing. But so, yeah, man. So this has become like a normal thing here.
It's expensive, right? It's brutally expensive.
So it is. I'm glad you brought that up. $75,000 for a 4-hour. That only 4-hour surgery? That's incredible. You don't think?
And Colin points out they have penis transplants now. What will they think of next? So wait, let me get this straight. We can change the gender of people, no problem. And hi, Fred. We can make people taller. We've fixed baldness. We can give people some big old titties, guilty.
Right.
And we can do penile implants, but we still refuse to put the cure for cancer out there. Do I have that right?
I guess so. Even though didn't AI figure it out?
I don't know. I thought ivermectin figured it out, because if you go to the NIH site and type in ivermectin and cancer, study paper after paper after paper after paper come up with studies on all the types of tumors that ivermectin shrinks. Oh, did I just let something out? Oops, sorry.
So wait, hold on. It is true though. Like, you know, we have all these things that we can do now with all this technology and shit, and we're still like dealing with a common cold.
Yeah, but look at where the money is. There's money in all of that. There's no money in curing cancer. So
well, they have to. Well, it's like not for nothing, April. Straight up, this is, you know, these doctors are, you know, not all of them, but it's like drug dealers.
Yeah,
they gotta get you hooked, and you know, they want to get you hooked on something that you're gonna need to keep on taking over and over and over again, so they can keep making money.
Absolutely.
It's pretty disgusting, April.
What was the thing I saw the other day? Hang on, what was it? Let me find it. It was like,
holy shit, my buddy Big Nick is here. What's up, Nick?
Oh, Chuck is here too. What's up?
Holy shit. Big Nick has this really cool platform called Wrestling for Life. I don't plug a lot of people, but April, these fucking guys are on 7 days a week for hours a day.
How is there? There's not even that much interest. There's not even that much interesting stuff going on in wrestling.
I don't know how they do it, man, but they make it entertaining. So check them out. Wrestling for Life. Okay. But anyway, what's up, April?
Oh, yeah. So just so you guys know who are coming in late, we are moving to 7 o'clock, 7 to 8:30 as of next week. So
7 p.m.
You asked, we heard you, we're moving. So
yes.
So 97% of scientists agree with whoever is funding them, and the other 3% are banned from social media.
No shit. So let me ask you something, April. Besides boobies and all this other stuff, if there was one thing growing up or whatever you could have fixed about yourself, what would it have been?
Oh, wow. That's a question right
Isn't
there.
Isn't that fun?
One thing I could have fixed about myself.
Right in the chat, guys. What would you just one thing in the physically or maybe emotionally that you could have
I
fixed?
probably would have tried to fix my family. I grew up like very disadvantaged,
Mhm.
a father that was not around a whole lot. My mother had, she was on the spectrum. My dad was alcoholic, bipolar,
Right.
and we were neglected. And I ended up sort of raising my brother, and my grandmother sort of stepped in to raise us. And, I've gone through like therapy for a long time to kind of rewire, that neglect and abuse and, these things aren't normal. Because you grow up thinking certain things are normal, like punching through a wall or getting in fist fights or
Right.
that type of thing. So you have to get rewired. It's like, oh, no, that's not normal. That's not how you solve conflict there.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, so I probably would have opted to fix that, but our mental health system is not very good either.
It's
So,
not.
so I'll probably cancer. I mean, I lost my grandfather to mesothelioma. I lost my mom to cancer. I think my grandmother, she had dementia. My other one had Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's, dementia. I would probably go for something like that rather than fix something on myself because I did that. I got the
Oh, see,
boobies.
that's
Or
nice.
or if you want to do completely like selfish,
Mhm.
I would have tried to figure out how to move like fat from my thighs or my ass. No,
Uh-huh.
not my ass. Fat from my thighs up to my boobs.
Why?
Like just kind of relocate.
But you see, I don't know, man, April. Like, I mean, some guys like that. Some guys like a little jiggle and a wiggle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Latino. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or it's something I grew up with, but I like a woman that has, a little bit of meat on the thighs and definitely on the ass. And, nothing wrong with the boobs. The boobs are actually secondary to me, when it
Okay.
comes to that. I mean, if I could have changed anything about myself, it would probably be the fact that I think we spoke about this week, that I'm always fucking looking out for people and I never look out for myself.
Yeah.
And that is like a pattern of shit that I've since I was a kid.
A lot of people do that. Givers do that.
Yeah, man. And I hate that.
So
I really, really fucking hate that about myself. And that's something that I'm learning. And my wife I'm gonna tell you something about my wife, man. She is helping me work through that, even at this advanced age of 47 years old. So
boundaries set you free.
explain.
So if you set boundaries for certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and one of those things is going to be prioritizing your time, your energy, and yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't let people cross over into those boundaries of your time and your energy, then that sets you free of resentment. So here, let me give you an example.
Please.
Okay, so you know that you're going to get done work and you're going to spend some time, I don't know, let's say playing a video game and eating some pizza because this is what you need. That's your self-care.
Sure.
So all of a sudden, a friend calls you who wants to vent. So you allow them to call you for 45 minutes or an hour, and they take up your pizza and video game time. So now you don't have your recharge time that you wanted. Now you're kind of not recharged and you're kind of resentful, but you put them ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you had boundaries and it wasn't an emergency and you said, hey, can I catch you tomorrow? Right now is not a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And you catch them at another time, like say at work when they're being paid and you've got a slow moment, then you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like I tried to call my friend at work because she's getting paid at work. So I try not to call her at home because I try not to call her when she's home because that's her home time.
Mm-hmm. So you call her at work when she's trying to do shit, but you won't call her at home?
Yeah, if she says she has to go, so she was like, I gotta go. Click. I'm like, okay, cool.
Fine. But do you think people, like, I don't know, you think it's too late for somebody to change? Like,
No.
you're set in your ways?
No, people change all the time. If you want to change, you can change. It's just that you can't change other people. You can't make them change. But if they want to change, on their own, if you want to change on your own, People change all the time. Look how many people have quit smoking. Look how many people have joined a gym. Look how many people have quit going to the gym or started smoking. Like, people change all the time, for the good, for the worse.
Do you want to see a cool video of somebody who, didn't change? It's like a 2-minute video. This person, you ever heard of the word perseverance?
No, I've never heard that word before in my life.
Well, some people may have never heard the word, but it's just like,
we don't have some people in here. We have intelligent people in here.
Well, some people that may be tuning in the first time maybe have never heard the word perseverance, but it's basically like keeping, you just keep on keeping on. I'll put it that way, right? So this is a quick video of this baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been, there's the major leagues, which is,
Mm-hmm.
the Yankees, the Mets, the big leagues. And then you have the minor leagues. These guys really don't make much money. They travel from city
farm
to city.
leagues.
The farm leagues. So this guy, 33 years old. That's old for baseball. Never played a day of Major League Baseball. Spent his whole career in the minor leagues until this happened. Here we go.
Training about how life is like a journey. We talked about 3 words. We talked about perspective. We talked about choice. We talked about grit. We also talked about how that can be a really important springboard for this group as we went into the season, with the natural difficulties of baseball and also life, right? And so baseball is like this wonderful microcosm to everything that we do, and the reason why we navigate every single day. And so the one thing I forgot to talk about was all of that was in an effort to not only win, but give yourselves 1+ day in the major leagues, right? And there's some of us that have had the chance to be in the major leagues, and it was for 1 day. And there's going to be some of us going to get a chance to take that 1 day and turn it into a 1+. And so it is with great pleasure that I get to promote my first person to the major leagues, and someone that is tremendously important to this group, and someone that exemplifies grit, a choice to continue to fight for what he wants in life, and a lot of that is having the right perspective. And so, Maggie, we're going to get an opportunity to drop.
Oh, that's cool.
10 years
I love
struggling.
seeing people get where they need to be.
I love the fact that they're just like, he's just sitting there. And I can imagine, April, he's probably sitting there just thinking about all those days and nights he thought about giving up. All those days and nights he thought about he's never going to make it. All you got to do is make it to the show, the big leagues. I think you have to play 1 game, and you're part of that. You get a retirement. Yeah.
You
also get money. You get a retirement. You get paid.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. You got to play that 1 game, and he's done it, man.
That's awesome.
He freaking did it. I didn't want to do all this negative stuff all day because we have a lot of shit to talk about. But anyway.
No, that's awesome. So somebody put in the chat, life has a funny way of correcting us. It reminded me of a Kabbalah video that I watched this week on death. And it was a really positive way to look at death. And I love this. It's called a weekly energy boost. And because I love studying Kabbalah, which is the mystic version of Judaism. I love the mystic versions of religions.
The Madonna made it famous?
Yeah.
She made it famous. I didn't say she did it right.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. But it's been around for a long time, and Kabbalah is so revered that you were never allowed to study it unless you were a man who was over the age of 40, because they felt that you were not mature enough to be able to handle it. So they have certain beliefs, and their beliefs are very metaphysical. And they said there are only 2 reasons for death. Now, they believe the soul, there's no such thing as real death because the soul is energy and you cannot destroy energy. It keeps going. So that the soul is the driver and the body is just the car. And the better you take care of the car, allegedly, the longer it lasts, the worse you take care of, or the least, well, I'm not saying this is not proper English. If you don't take care of the car, it will die sooner than if you do take care of the car in most situations. But, we're switcheroo.
Yeah.
But there's only, they believe there's only 2 reasons for death. One is that you have completed your purpose here on earth. You've done what you were supposed to, what your soul's purpose was here on earth. And your soul's purpose could be something as simple as raising your children, because your children are going to carry on. Or it could be as simple as taking care of somebody. It could be teaching somebody something or interacting with somebody to make an impression on them. Or it could be something prolific. It could be who knows. But everybody has a different soul's purpose. And when your soul's purpose is done, then you get to report your soul goes, and that is your experience. You're done your experience, your human experience, and you're done. Now, the second reason for death is that you have strayed so far off your soul's purpose path that the only way to get you back to where you should be is to start over again.
So you believe in reincarnation?
Oh, fuck yeah, absolutely.
You believe? Interesting. Well,
like, I believe we incarnate. Yeah.
So when
that's what everlasting life is.
So when you die, is there ever a time when you're reincarnated that, in your belief system, that you think that you remember your past life at all?
Yeah, that's why babies can't talk.
Wait, explain. Now you gotta explain it. You gotta explain. Now, I'm not a believer in reincarnation, but I'm always interested to hear the other side. So explain it to me.
I believe that when a baby is born, that's when the soul inhabits it. This is a common belief for a lot of people, even Catholics who are pro-abortion. They believe that too. The soul inhabits the baby when it's born.
Sure.
That's why a lot of people are like, "What's the difference between here and here?" It's like, well, there's one has a soul, one doesn't. Yeah, I'm going to go deep here.
You're going deep. That's what she said.
I'm going deep, guys.
Yes.
So, wait, what are we at? We're talking about again?
You saw the reincarnation, the soul enters the baby, and yeah.
Oh, yes.
And going
there have been situations where this is so hard for me to describe because I'm not knowledgeable enough on this topic to explain it the way it should be.
Doesn't matter.
But there have been situations where young children have started to tell people their former story. So like they're 2 years old and they start telling their parents certain things and the parents think they're talking babble, like dumb stuff. But all of a sudden things come out that it's like, what is that? Like the kid will say, well, I used to live there on that street right there. Right. And the parents are like, oh, what? And they're like, yeah, my name was John and my name's John. I lived on that street. And then the parents will go look up that street at that house and find out that the person who lived there was named John and he died X amount of years previous.
Then you take the kid and throw him out the window, right?
Yeah, right. And Eva's saying there are a lot of documented cases of this.
Yeah. Really?
So, yes.
I've never heard. I swear to God, I've been on this earth almost 50 years, and I've never heard. Big Ray, you just read my mind, asking April if she believes in reincarnation.
Yeah.
I've lived on this earth almost 50 years, and never knew about that aspect. Of reincarnation.
Oh yeah. It's because there's a religious dogma that would prefer that you would believe in heaven and a hell and a this and a that, and but yeah.
So you don't believe in, so now let's open this up now. Do you believe in ghosts? And what are ghosts?
I believe in spirits, which is a consciousness. I believe we have a consciousness. Yeah.
So what are those spirits? Are those spirits like in between reincarnation, in your opinion?
They can be. I believe there is a consciousness, which is where we can be as souls. So, which is the same thing as perhaps alien life, which is the same thing as spirits, which is the same thing as what we are. We are a consciousness. I believe that we are all one. I think we all are connected.
So you believe in like the caste system that the Egyptians believed in, where they would be reincarnated into something greater and greater and greater, or worse, depending on the life that they leaded? Do you believe in that? Is that the
I
Indians?
don't know if I believe that,
Uh-huh.
but I think I do believe in karma, and I think that karma goes into your next lifetime.
Like,
So,
can I like work my way into being reincarnated into a really well hung billionaire?
you might be able to if you live
Shit.
if you live a good life this time.
I'm halfway there, guys. It's Hindu, by the way.
I
It's
think
Hindu.
that
Thanks, Bigwig. Hindu.
I think that we are incarnated in groupings. That's why sometimes you meet people and all of a sudden you feel like you know them and you click with them instantly. I think
Really?
sometimes, yeah, we've all done that, right? You've met somebody and you're just like, they're instantly your friend.
You know what that happened to me with?
Yeah, Vito.
Well, besides Vito, I love Vito. I love Vito. Big Vito, I love you, buddy. No, besides Vito and Noel, Chrissy.
Yeah.
We had her on before you jumped on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was crazy because me and Chrissy we jumped on, and I was like, damn, it was like a connection, like we were home, like really good friends.
Yeah, and
like,
I think that we're all here right now during this crazy time because most of us have been warrior souls before, and we were either recruited or volunteered to be here during this great change, this age of Aquarius, this great reset now, because they needed us here now.
Interesting. This is a very, very interesting. And
it's a very exciting time to be alive. We are supposed to be warriors right now. We are supposed to be here right now, dealing with all of this. We volunteered. We were recruited. We were Vikings in the year 700. We were in the Civil War. We were in the French and Indian War. We were whatever we were warriors before. That's why people fight all the time. They have that warrior spirit.
I think I was a pro wrestler in the early 30s.
You might have been.
Or a baseball player.
But everybody has a purpose.
That's
like Eva says, everybody has an actual purpose here. Some people have figured out what their purpose is. Some people have not.
So you don't believe. So what do you? All right. So I'm curious now. So what is your belief regarding, like, let's say somebody horrible, like Adolf Hitler, who is possibly one of the most horrible people ever in the history of this planet, the millions of people that he killed. What do you think? Like, it's not fair for them to live forever and be, brought back as
It is, actually. I think he's necessary, and I think bad people are necessary. They force change. They teach lessons, and they are necessary in society to teach the lessons and force the change where it needs to be forced and taught. They are the catalyst for us getting better.
So you think good? Yeah,
like someone said, yin and yang.
Right.
I think what would this world be without Adolf Hitler? Where would we be without him? Where would this world be without the struggles and strife? Would it, though? Or would we be very ignorant to a lot of things? And would we actually just run into that same thing again with somebody else? Without Hitler,
I guess true.
Without Hitler and without that history,
right,
would we recognize what's going on with Fauci?
Wow. That's pretty deep. I mean, yeah, I guess for every column there's a big ray.
There you go.
That kind of freaking makes sense. Jesus. Goddamn. That's see, I would love to do some more research along with you and kind of like open up this discussion, because I do not believe at all in reincarnation. My thought process is along the lines of living a life where you gain your rewards based on what you've done on this earth, so on and so forth. And I do believe in eternal life, differently, obviously. I believe that God is love. I believe that he, so our belief systems are different, but I still am digging, like, listening and learning.
And I'll maintain that the thing that we know for sure is that we don't know. No one's ever come back and told us. So I could be completely wrong.
That we know of.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I always maintain that I could be wrong.
Interesting. In the notes that I had put up, right, there was something that you had written down, and I was a little confused about. And it was it says the words verses versus can't.
Oh no. Okay. So yeah. All right. So
Don't versus can't.
yeah, there's a bunch of things to talk about, and we'll switch around to a couple of things. So when you use can't versus don't, this matters. So, and hello, Jamie. Hi, everybody joining us late.
We'll break the news to Jamie.
Jamie, we're moving to 7 o'clock as of next week.
7 p.m. So you can get home, take a shower, pour a drink, eat some dinner, and then sit down and join in with us.
Absolutely.
Deep. What was it? Would you say deep?
So Laura Orr, hello, welcome. Thank you.
All these
I was trying to support my hockey team here, and my jersey it's long sleeves, and I'm not wearing that, so I figured I'll just wear this Vancouver one and pretend that it's
I'm
lightning
representing, baby.
So if you say I can't eat sugar or I can't eat carbs, it means that you the power is not in your hands. Whereas if you say I don't eat sugar, I don't eat carbs, I don't do something, that means it's your choice. That is your power. So words matter, and believe it or not, our neural pathways are carved out using the way that we think. So pay attention to the things that you're telling yourself. So little things like don't instead of can't matter. So I don't drink instead of I can't drink. So
and also the can't is such a debilitating word.
Yeah, we really get all fucking upset over bullshit 4-letter words. The real bad words are things like can't.
I'm sorry, cool, awesome dude. Thank you, my friend. All this love coming.
I know. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But yeah, can't is a very, very bad word. Cancer is a very, very bad word. Parkinson's is a bad word. Diabetes is a terrible, terrible word. Cunt is just a word. That is a term of affection in England.
It is. What does Jimmy always call me? Jimmy T. From
You're a good cunt, mate.
He goes, Ray, you're such a sick. He's from Australia. He goes, Ray, yeah, you're a fucking sick cunt, man. I'm like, what the fuck you call me?
I love it. So
Ray,
even if you're angry and you call somebody cunt, nothing happens. If you tell somebody they have diabetes or cancer, their entire world changes. Everything changes for them. So which word actually has impact? So twat. Yes, I love twat.
Twat's
so
a nice
we
word.
we get our tit in a ringer over the dumbest things, and it drives me nuts. So we have our priorities all messed up, and it just drives me crazy that people actually spend energy on this dumb shit.
And
so,
Big
but
Nick
yes,
is right. Words manifest. We've spoken about
they do.
Speaking negativity into your life,
Yes. So here's what else was I going to tell you? This weekend it was the craziest thing. We have like a spiritual meetup, and this one's not Kabbalah, it's metaphysical, and it was called it's called an 1111 group.
You put up some stuff on your Instagram, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring that up.
So I heard there was a rumor going around that Astarius Miraculi moved into the Tampa Bay area. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. He's basically a superstar in the spiritual world. He also has 24 albums out, and they range from one called Spirit Rap. I sent you that song, to reggae music. So he gets out of his car. I'm walking back and forth to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my God, that looks like Astarius. And I come back and I sit down, and then, my friend, there's my boobs. And then another reason to follow me. So
which is it here?
Did I actually put it up on? I'm gonna scroll down a little bit.
All right. I'll take my time because these pictures are fantastic.
Thank you. That's for my photo shoot last
You're
week.
welcome. I have a
yes, right there. There's Astarius.
Where is it? The guy right here? This?
Nope. No. Go the other way. That's a pay-per-view we just did. Yeah.
This person.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
So my friend Eva goes, oh my God. He comes over. She's like, that looks like Astarius. I'm like, I know, right? So he sits down and we're just like elbowing each other. We're like, yeah, that's definitely him. That's definitely him. So he introduced himself. He's like, my name is Astarias. And we're both like, miraculi. So, so it turns out that is him. And we got to talk to him for a while. And man, he is a wise man. So you can look him up. He has a lot going on. His music is amazing. Even if you're not good at meditating, you could find one of his songs and kind of just tune into it. It kind of just changes your vibration.
His Instagram, by the way.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on, and he's incredibly well trained with energy and spirituality and brilliant musician. And so he just dropped some knowledge on us. And he looked at me and he goes, this is funny. He goes, are you an all or nothing person? And I was like, no, I don't think I am. And both my friends are just like, yeah, she's totally the all or nothing,
right,
100%. And I'm like, oh, I guess I am. I guess they are. And he said to me, he goes, so when you don't get things done, do you feel bad and beat yourself up? And I'm like, oh, yeah, real bad. And he's like, you need to understand something. He goes, from no thing comes something. Hi, Chowny Man. How are you? So he said, so you need no thing in order to have something. So he's like, it's important. He goes, this is balance. And I was kind of like validated my existence there. So then he called the other day and I asked him a question. So I said, how in this world, it was right after Tucker got fired and everybody's questioning everything and spewing negative stuff, whether they love him or hate him.
And we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah. I'm glad he got fired. Oh my God, this is destroying. There's no more anything in mainstream media. There's everything out there. Right. And so there's all this going on. So I told him, it was funny too. I'm in the bathroom and I'm brushing my teeth that morning. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to him and ask him this question. And I got to the kitchen and he'd already texted and called. I was like, so I said to him, I called back and I said, I have a question for you. I said, how in today's world can we achieve balance? How do we achieve balance? And how do we tell others how to achieve balance and hope when there seems to be so much going on so fast with so much negativity attached, right, that kind of energy? And he gave me a really interesting answer. So pay attention. So he said, don't be negative toward the negative and don't fear the fear. He said, when there's a major contrast to what we want, the contrast is an actual measure for the light. And he said, a lot of times in life, the things that are taking us down, the trials and tribulations, that's where we grow. We don't grow when it's all good. We grow when there's bad. That teaches us who we are. That makes us stronger. It's like a workout. So you grow when you tear the muscle down. So he said, we get up stronger because of being knocked down. So we need to appreciate the shadows. And he said, the shadows always have a shelf life. So he said, the key is don't harshly judge when we see the negative. He said, acknowledge, don't pretend that it doesn't exist. He said, but acknowledge it,
like
but don't judge it. So he said, the problem is people resist and come at negativity with negativity. And then they breathe life into that force. So he said, in this linear timeline, we have enemies. But in our unlimited soul timeline, these enemies are going to end up being our greatest ally because they will be the ones that forged our change.
I always use a metaphor. You're talking about this, and somebody actually said forged in fire. Life and trials and error, we're like that clay, and you take the clay and you add the water to it and you soften it and then you start to shape it into, when you're making pottery,
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it takes work to do it. And sometimes you fuck up and you got to do it all over again. But what happens once you get everything nice and shaped? Now, hear me out, guys. You get everything nice and shaped. You still have to put it where? Into the fire. It has to get immersed by or engulfed by that fire to get hard. And then still the process is not over, because after it's out of the fire and it's nice and hard, what do you got to do? You got to paint it and make it pretty, and you have to make it your own. That's such as life. You know, you have to go through these things before you're that finished product. So.
And Ollie is saying, acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me. But you know what you know what she's doing this right here. Hold on. This is my
he.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
There you go. Been acknowledged. And by the way, guys, those jumping in right now, we are going to 7 p.m. next week moving forward. So I'm just throwing it out there because we had a couple more people jumping in. So
we're moving to 7.
7. Yeah. Moving on up. On up.
So I want to mention something else real quick. If you are against this globalist bullshit, we are having a really cool event with Unity where people are going to unite. And that's going to be on May 20th. And you can go to weareready.world. And then you can click on information to find out if there is an event near you, or maybe you would like to host one. Because at this particular moment, there are only a couple in the United States. It's mostly Europe and, like those countries. So, and the reason it's on May 20th is because that's when the Bilderberg Group and also the WHO are meeting. So in response to that, the people are getting together as well to let them know that we are ready and we are united. So, and we are aware of the 2030 agenda, and we're not just going to sit there and take it. So if you're interested, check out their website and click that little more info there. So I think it'd be fun. I hope somebody does it in Tampa. I'm traveling a lot before, otherwise I would.
So wait a second. You're throwing out the 2030 agenda. We don't have to spend too much time, but what is the 2030 agenda?
Oh my God, that's a whole episode unto itself. But
you want to talk about that next week?
We probably could.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. But that's why so much is changing so fast, and that's why there's so many distractions, so that they can push things through, like the central bank digital currency, this Fed now money that they're going to. You're starting to walk by things where it says no cash. So in the next 7 years, by 2030, they want to get rid of all cash. So they're going to tell you it's for your convenience and safety. But here's the thing. If I buy something from you for $100, like nobody can track that. Nobody can track that I bought that, and you don't have to pay taxes on it. And the government does not like that. So the sale of information has far surpassed the sale of oil globally.
Oh, of course.
So they want to know what you're buying, and they want their fucking taxes.
And they say that they want to know. A lot of them say, "Oh, we just want to know for marketing purposes because we want to know what you're interested in." Bullshit. Bullshit.
No, and they will also, as you're seeing, like with the protests with the truckers, they will shut your shit off if you're not behaving the way they want you to. So they want to basically make us free range chickens. So you can range in your area, but if you get out of line, you got to go back into the pen. So and I believe I agree. I think we pay too much in taxes, especially considering that now they want us to cover Ukrainian pensions.
Motherfucker. God, don't even get me started, dude. You don't want me doing this.
I'm not. So anyway, so there's so sign up at weareready.world to unite. So here's the thing. Everybody needs to remember this, okay? There's more of us than there are of them. The power is in the people. Here's something else you guys need to remember, okay? Your history. They're trying to wipe out the history on purpose. So in the 1700s, England wanted to enslave America So England had conquered most of the world, or occupied most of the world. England wanted to enslave us. So at the time, they were sending over indentured servants, also known as slaves, and they were Irish and Scottish, and they were captured during the war. When the British won the war, they grabbed the POWs. They sent them, they ripped them from their families, they ripped them from their country, and deposited them in the United States. And they said, build that fucker. We want roads, we want houses, we want everything. You can work off your servitude eventually, maybe. So the Irish, that's why so many Irish and Scottish were here. That's why the mountains in like Asheville in the North Carolina, that's why it's called the Highlands. That's why the whole area there is like a second Ulster Irish, and why there's all the Scottish stuff there. That's because that was settled there that's where they put them. So yes, and they revolted. They started to do an underground movement to fight back. So when those people started acting up, they're like, fuck, we better get some other slaves.
More like Fook.
Yeah, folk these folkers. So then they went to Africa, where the Africans, I guess, apparently sold their own people. So then they came and brought back Africans, which incidentally, I mean, if you think about it, that's why there's theorized that in the South, because the boat went north, in the South, because of the fields, the farms, everything, they picked the biggest, fittest people first. And by the time they got up north, there was like whoever was left went up north. So that people got smaller and smaller as they went north. So
interesting.
They took the slaves from Africa and they weren't indentured. So England wanted to enslave all of America. Do you know what kept us free?
Guns.
Fucking guns.
I didn't even know that was the answer. I just threw it out there with common sense.
Because it's common sense. So they're going to portray weapons and guns in such a negative light right now because of this 2030 agenda. They do not want anyone armed. I cannot tell you how important it is to be armed. Our forefathers, who were so intelligent, wrote a constitution. And we're not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. There is a difference.
Big difference.
And the first two amendments they wrote was free speech and being armed. That's how important it was. And those are to protect us from our own government. So try not to forget that. And as Eva says, crime is actually down. You would never know that.
Here in New York.
Huh? Crime's down all over, actually. You would not know that because they have to fill a 24/7 cycle of news with car wrecks to appease their advertisers, because we're not going to watch good news. We like bad news. So, but yes, crime is actually down. We're actually living in a pretty safe world, believe it or not, compared to like a 70s, 80s, especially 70s. So, but yes, do not get rid of your guns. Do not buy into the gun thing. So people are crazy, yeah, but you gotta, yeah. And you gotta remember, just 6 corporations own that media. They can put out anything they want, even if it's not true. They can put any story out there they want. Wag the dog.
So are you a big supporter of your right to, as they say, bear arms?
Absolutely. With responsibility. I don't think you need an automatic weapon to do it. My brother was a sniper. He had no problem killing lots of people very well with just a rifle.
Like this? Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah. Yeah, but like we talked about before, I think it's important.
All right.
And I think if we're unarmed, it just leads to the strong preying upon the weak, and it leads to government taking everything. And it's happened in every other country that has given up their arms. Look at what happened in Australia during the vaccine push. The police were dragging people out of their homes and beating the shit out of them because they refused. You think that would happen here with all the people who have guns? They were going to door there.
Door to door bear arms. I'm just saying.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you, Red Sonny. I think guns should be a little bit more challenging to obtain. We need that, but I also know this government real well because my whole family have been government workers, and I know that they will use those red flag laws. Since quarantine, everybody is recorded as being on medication or being in therapy because they're all mental now. So we all have a red flag against us. How many people have been in therapy? How many people have been on any kind of medication, whether it's anxiety or depression? Because you're a red flag now. And they will use that against you.
I don't know if you guys follow me on TikTok. I just started putting a couple of TikToks up, and this got me motivated to do this story that we're going to talk about next April.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll throw it up there. And then you said that you gotten some information as to why this happened. So this is my quick little minute TikTok on breaking news that happened about 2 days ago. You ready?
Yeah.
We got some breaking news. I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently Don Lemon has been fired from CNN and Tucker Carlson has been fired from Fox. Now, wouldn't it be absolutely insane if both guys got together and had their own show? Would you watch? I would call it The Swerve.
So would you watch?
Don Lemon never propagated anything other than what he was told to put out there. He was vanilla.
Yeah.
Now, Tucker, yeah, exactly. Now, Tucker admitted multiple times that he knew he was probably going to get fired for what he was saying.
The Trump shit?
No, all of it. Because he was putting the truth out there that the independent journalists have found. He was going against the grain. He fully admitted in interviews that he was aware that he might get fired for what he was saying and that he was okay with it.
I'm sorry, this popped me.
Yes, he was vanilla.
Vanilla. Swirl.
He was just another vanilla reporter that wasn't a reporter. He's just a bot. He's a talking head.
Well, he also listen. Don Lemon. All right. So first and foremost, let me just get this straight. So Don Lemon was in fact let go. He was fired.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson left Fox. No, let's be real. The guy was fired. Much like a quick update. We're not going to talk about this story, but the people that work for Bud Light, that young lady that said, "Oh, everybody's fratty and shit," and they lost fucking 21% of their sales this past week.
They let go of their marketing director.
They let go, but no, they took a leave of absence. Bullshit. All fired. Right. You're fired. You're gone. All right.
You're fired.
So, all that being said, now Tucker Carlson is gone from Fox.
Right.
Huge, because Fox has lost almost $1 billion with that lawsuit regarding the whole what was the gimmick schnabbits with the voting machines?
Dominion. Would you like to know some information on that?
So now talk to me. By the way, Billy Ray Valentine did a great show on the Kill Shed. So search the Kill Shed. He has a show up right now. He really gets in depth if you want to go listen for an hour long.
Okay.
But go ahead, man. Tell me what you got.
Okay. So so
yeah.
Right. So BlackRock, once again, they keep popping up everywhere. BlackRock and Vanguard basically run everything.
Right.
So get used to those names. They have way, way, way too much power. They're also partnered with Pfizer. So BlackRock has invested heavily in most of the news stations. They own a chunk of CNN. They own a chunk of pretty much all the news stations except for Fox. They also own a significant portion of Dominion, which is the voting machines.
Right.
So, but in February, they invested in Fox. So they now own 15% of Fox as well. So by Dominion suing Fox, basically, they're suing themselves. So where is the win there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my first theory was the win was it's more about censoring and silencing, because it was never about the money. They don't need the money. It was more about getting Tucker off the show.
It's hard because he's number one in all of media.
Right. And there's a reason for that, because information in America has become scant. So we the people are not allowed to have real information. They're keeping it from us.
Sure.
And they're being deceptive. And then they have the audacity to label people as misinformation or disinformation or censor us when we go and find out on our own. So they have a narrative. And if somebody actually finds out what's going on, because like I said, information is the hottest commodity. So the sale of information, like I said, is the most profitable thing. It's like more than oil. So they're keeping information from Americans, basic information, like what the fuck is in the vaccine? This page intentionally left blank. Okay, there are people who would never put anything in their body that has more than 5 ingredients that ran out and rolled their sleeve up to get 2 jabs, not knowing what is in the vaccine, not even thinking. Okay.
Right.
So information, nobody knows still what's in that vaccine. Nobody is telling anybody what's in it. So,
Sugar water.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
By the
So,
way, shout out to Jay Hall, just jumped in real quick. Jay Hall.
Jay
what's
Hall,
going on?
I see Lori too. So
Yeah, Lori. Hey
is
guys,
that the biz? Is
next
that Lori?
week, 7:00 p.m. We move the show
it's
to
just this.
7 p.m.
Yes, we're moving on up.
Hey, Nick asked this question
to
here.
the top. Huh.
Let me show you. Is
I know
this
that would be fabulous, right? I think he would actually just win. He would just whoop, win.
But no, I don't think he would run for president. I could see him running with somebody.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That would be crazy.
you know, he loves RFK. He flat out. So Tucker said he's not a Republican, that he works for a Republican station, but he doesn't actually like the Republicans, and he's not Republican.
Well, he started on
So-
Crossfire. I don't know
Right?
if you
He's
guys-
the
when he used to
he's
wear
the one
bow
that
tie.
brought in Robert Kennedy. So I could see him running with
Kennedy-
Robert Kennedy because Kennedy's amazing.
Kennedy. People are not talking enough about Kennedy, guys.
He's being
let me-
cock blocked. That's why. But wait, let me get back to this.
All right,
Let me
I'm sorry.
finish, and then we'll go to
Yes,
Kennedy.
I'm sorry. So much to talk about.
Okay, so here's what happens. Have you heard? Do you know what an ESG score is?
Yes, but explain to the.
Okay, an ESG score. ESG stands for environmental, social, governing. So, an ESG score, high ESG score, and I think the year 2025, there's going to be trillions of dollars that are going to be awarded to companies that have a high ESG score. They will be eligible to, companies with that high score will be eligible to receive this money. So this means if you can receive this money, boycotting these companies won't fucking matter because they're going to make their money from above being supported. So when they fired Tucker, Fox News put in for their ESG score. So this is why all the companies have gone woke. So
Even your Foxes, I'm telling you
woke
right now.
is tied to the ESG score. That's what's really going on.
As above, so below. my
The
friends.
social
As above,
credit
so below.
system is happening. All of this stuff is happening. So what do we do about it? Stand up to it.
You got to
anyway,
fight.
You have to. If we don't do it now, this is it. This is the last chance.
See, and this is
the last chance to stand up to it. You guys, I don't think you understand.
I get into this argument with
What can just one person do? Said 8 billion fucking people.
listen, I get into this argument with people that like my mom. My mom is a Christian, and she.
Oh,
I love
Jesus will take care of it, right?
No, she's like, oh, it has to happen. This is biblical, and I do believe that there is I believe in the prophecy, so on and so forth. The Book of Revelations. We've actually talked about this and joked about this.
What we need the mark of the beast to go shopping.
But this is what I tell my mother. I'm like, Mom, just because it's meant to be doesn't mean we don't fight against this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How do we know this is the time? How do we know that this is the end? We can't live. What if you believe that Jesus is coming back, what if we don't know the day or time. What if Jesus is not coming back for another 100 years? You know what I'm saying? Do we have to live our lives, worrying about our social credit score? that's what it is, a social credit score. It's how much people like you, how much you agree with the machine, how much, you know, your popularity. People like Dylan Mulvaney, or whatever the hell his name is. I'm sure they call him Mr. Vaney now, because if you say his name, apparently they block you off of YouTube and stuff. I'm sure she has a super high ESG. Would you say that? Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I don't care.
But we have to fucking care. That's the thing. I mean, my God.
So yeah, the artist's return says ESG scores are about balance in the workplace, specifically how well a company addresses risks with respect to environmental, social, and governance issues in day-to-day work operations. Hang on, I just threw up my mouth a little.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Big Wig says, whatever you do, Ray, don't watch the opening to the last Omen movie. I watched every freaking Omen movie. Pretty funny, actually. A very funny story around that.
So what is it that companies are willing to do for these points? So we know what they're willing to do to us for profit.
Right.
So we saw it. I mean, we're seeing people, I'm sorry, but we're seeing people get sick, drop dead, not be able to have children, having stillborns. We know what they're willing to do for profit. So, I mean, we're just gonna sit here and take it up the ass with no lube, no kiss, and no drink bought?
All right, Colin, relax.
So people, I don't know what it's going to take for people to get angry and do something.
Listen.
What is it going to take? So you got to wear a mask. A little piece of whatever across your face is what did it for you guys. This isn't, you fucking twats.
You know what though? You guys will fight and stop drinking beer.
No, they won't fight.
No, you'll stop drinking your beer.
Yeah.
But you won't fight for this shit. And this is
No,
what
they
really
won't. They'll fight over a mask, but they won't fight over their rights.
Come on, guys, gals, people.
Yo, you should be angry. We should be angry. Not angry, but angry. We should be very concerned.
And not fake angry, like a lot of these people that get on the news and they just want to perpetuate, division. That's fake angry. I'm talking about
not division angry.
No.
So.
But it's okay to be upset at the fact that you have human fucking rights. Our forefathers and mothers fought for this freaking country.
No mothers. They had no rights at that point.
No, but they were sewing flags. Didn't they sew flags?
They sewed the flags. They sewed the flags. And Betsy Ross.
They're over with me. So sewing is hard.
Betsy Ross put her 13 stars on there for the colonies.
Can you sew? Sewing is
hard. I
can.
can. Yeah. I had home ec class.
My mom taught me how to sew too. My mom taught me how to sew. I can sew one hell of a hole closed.
Nice.
Yeah, goddamn right, it's nice. You guys see my overhand stitch.
I went to the gym. Speaking of a hole closed, I went to the gym yesterday. What? Right, I'm tired.
What kind of transition is this?
No. I'm getting to this.
Okay.
So I'm wearing my leggings, and I'm on the Smith machine. I got my leg up. I'm like, I'm stretching. I'm doing my stretches. And I'm just squatting and I'm doing my stretches and I've got my leg way on up there because I can do the splits and I'm just doing it, right?
Oh.
Let's see.
Is she gonna do it? Look at this. All right. You know what?
So I'm way on up there, right? And then I get home and I take my pants off and I see a ray of light through my pants.
Oh no.
And I noticed there are 2 holes in the crotch of my pants. Like, what the fuck? So I went to the gym and I'm doing all my stretches with my pants with a big hole in them. That's me. So
yeah. Well, you got some biddies for that one.
Boobies.
Yeah. Thanks.
Can you imagine? You got guys dropping their weights, girls.
Well, nobody was there. Nobody was really there at that hour, but still, I try and stretch in between my sets because if I actually have to set time aside for stretching, it's not going to happen. So. But yes, I had to learn how to sew because apparently I just ripped the crotch out of everything.
I did have a testicle hangout of my gym shorts in high school one time, and that was very embarrassing.
Oh, wow. It looked like chewing gum. You sounded some gum, right?
It was stuck to the wood floor. Remember when they told you this? Yeah, she's stupid. Remember when that's funny. It's so funny. I felt the cold floor on my nut. Remember when they taught you to sit in Indian position? Fuck.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. That's terrible.
Oh, that's not politically correct. It's cross-legged now.
Oh, Jesus. Is that what
No
it
more
is?
Indian style. No more Indian
Crisscross
style.
applesauce. That's when they changed it.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus fuck.
But anyway, yeah. So yes, I can sew. There's the
That's pretty
diversion to that one.
We're
My
rapid
pants
firing.
were no match for my flexibility. That's right, Alex.
We are rapid firing here. I got another story for you. You want to see this story?
I do. I just want to see if there's anything else. Oh, we were supposed to answer Jimmy's question. Somebody left.
Oh,
a
yes.
question.
So last week we had a question from, who was it?
I don't know. You texted it. Like, I don't.
It was a Jimmy. It was a yeah. You could find a Jimmy G question.
Okay.
So while she's doing that, I just want to remind you guys to follow us on social media. Guys, head over to Instagram at @AShowOfficial, and also on Twitter _the A Show, and also myself at Big Ray Hernandez, and of course April at April Hunter, and on Instagram she's Real April Hunter, and also on Twitter she's Real April Hunter. And don't forget, guys and gals, next week 7 p.m. Okay, the reason why I'm asking you guys and pushing for you guys to follow us on social media is so that you can kind of retweet us, and also do the whole quote gimmick where you guys copy the link and put it up on your Twitter. Even if you have 10 followers, I don't give a shit. Okay, tag us and shit, and we really want you guys to spread the word that we're starting at 7. A lot of people come home, you know, they're leaving work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. A lot of people are getting to work at 6 or 7, and they can watch the show. So, you know, and I want more interaction. You know, that's something that we really, and don't forget also, we are going to try Rumble next week. Did you get that, April, or no?
No, I can't find what's
damn
the
it.
date. I'm looking through the string of.
All right. So while
Wait, was it before or after you set up Rumble?
I don't remember. But while you're doing that, just take your time. While you're doing that, I have this video I'm going to play real quick. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
I'm going to have this video I'm going to play real quick. So this woman, I'm going to give you a little feedback before I jump into this.
Oh, wait, I see where you banned that guy and he started harassing me on every page. It's fun before.
Yeah, fuck off, guy who got banned. We have surveillance footage from a Blue Ash Target captured on October. This was a little bit last year. A moment when a loss prevention manager punched a woman who police say was instigating an altercation. I don't know if you guys know about this story, but there was this woman. She entered a Target and she got about $1,000 worth of merchandise and merchandise, food, everything. And then when she went up to the counter, okay, she's like, well, I don't have enough money to pay for this. And they're like, okay, so what's going to happen? And by the way, who's this saying? Sportsmaster.
Hi, Sportsmaster.
348 says hello. Just says hi. Nobody says hi to me. What the fuck? I have big tits too. No? They don't do that shit. It's just more solid.
Say hi to Ray, you guys.
Nah, whatever. I don't give a shit. Say hi to Colin if you want to. So, with all that being said, so this woman demanded to be able to take this stuff home and demanded reparations. This African American woman. So, I'm gonna play this little video, and we'll see what happens when she got in the face of this loss prevention manager, and also she basically followed him into an enclosed office where she received this reparation.
Okay.
So as you see here, Target loss prevention. Now she followed. Boom.
What? Wait, whoa. What led up to that?
He said, I'm not going to have enough money to pay for this. I need to talk to the manager. She happened to be walking by.
Okay, so I came around and I was like, hey, what can I do for you? She starts going on this spiel.
King 31,
about, like,
your partner.
I've had a
So I don't know if you can see here. I'll just fast forward. I'll tell you what's happening. So basically, she is getting into the face of this woman right here that works for Target. She's like a floor supervisor, and she's telling her that she's not going to, you know, fucking pay for the gimmick. Did
she lose a bet? Like she had to go through and do this?
I don't know, but what happened was the loss prevention guy comes, right?
Right.
And instead of her, now let me see. I'll put the volume down. You need to hear this. So what's happening over here in the corner? The loss prevention guy is speaking to her. Can you see this in the corner here? This is the loss prevention guy. This is her. So now she becomes more and more aggressive. Now she was aggressive with the other young lady. She was actually body to body, you know, chest bumping the girl, saying, "I ain't gonna pay for shit." So now she ends up
She was
following.
chest bumping her?
Yeah, she was chest bumping. Now look, now she's following the guy. You see he's backing away, and he goes into his office. He tries to close the door, but she barrels into the office. And as she barrels into the office, the guy's telling her, back off. She doesn't want to back off. And then boom, done. she's knocked onto the floor. Now,
Well, honestly, I think the internet has made it so people are far too comfortable being disrespectful to each other, and they're not getting punched in the face.
Well, here's the thing, real quickly, and I'll just
they
tell you
need to get punched in the face.
We made this. You said this. You think everybody should line up at the age of 6 and get punched in the face?
I think everybody should get paged. I don't know what age, but I just think everybody should get punched in the face. You got to know what it feels like so that you learn some respect.
Well, so what happened was the police came, and when the police came, they were like, no, you're in the wrong. You do understand, lady, you are in the wrong. You can't just request reparations. Her argument was that she wanted to speak to somebody above the manager to basically work something out. They're like, what do you want, a donation?
What reparations?
Well, because the fact is, she feels as an African-American woman in this country, she deserves this.
And okay, but that's not the place where you apply for that.
Well, the funny thing is that Target offers donations and stuff like that, and to help people out, and they give shit away for free. They do give stuff. They actually do. But she went about it the wrong way. Or did she? Are we wrong? Am I wrong to think that she deserved getting punched in the face, cornering that man? No. She ended up getting arrested, by the way, and she ended up having to pay, I think it was $100 fine, and she had to do it 1 day in jail. But what do you think about
that? Sucks because she didn't have the money for groceries to begin with.
Well, allegedly, she says she didn't have enough to pay the $1,000 worth of groceries. Not that she didn't have money. Or she felt that she didn't have. No, actually, I think the words were, I don't feel I have to pay for this.
Oh, okay.
Due to reparations. My question is, what the fuck do reparations have to do with you now?
I don't know. People are crazy. I mean, did you see that teacher who got hit by the kid?
Which one? There's like 5 videos out right now. Within a month.
There's a teacher. I guess it was a teenager. She took the girl's phone away from her. And the girl was getting in her face and like
the girl
this.
With the big ass, the teacher with the big ass.
Yeah, well, she's wearing a thong, and people are like, "Oh, this is inappropriate." It's like, did you really think she was supposed to be on the ground, grounding and pounding their student, like, or her skirt was going to hike up? Like, I don't think she planned on that day. But the kid, like, it makes me think, like that kid probably. This is probably not the first time that happened with that kid, because I don't think a teacher would fly off and punch a kid on the very first time that happened. So it makes me think that there's been repeat offense over and over and over again. And finally, after the kid, got physical with her and she said, "Get away from me," then she finally just took her down.
I'm trying to see if I actually find this shit. Oh yeah, this is
cool, awesome, dude. I disagree with you.
What do you say?
He says punching someone unprovoked makes you a coward, but hitting a woman makes you an even bigger coward. I completely disagree with you there. 100%,
brother.
40%. No, I disagree with you. This is why. That means you are letting women get away with anything. And women now have asked for equal rights, have we not? 40% of the domestic abuse cases out there are men being domestically abused. So are men supposed to just take it if a woman's going crazy on them?
Allegedly, we're supposed to.
So I think if a woman does something where they get into your space, gets in your face, hits you, I agree with the unprovoked, but it was provoked. She was in his face. Same with the kid with the teacher. So yes, teacher with the booty.
Yeah, she did have a nice booty, I gotta tell you that. But I have to sign in all this bull. I'm not gonna do that shit. But just trust me, this woman got on top of this young lady and beat the living snot out of her, and she earned it. I'm talking about the kid earned it.
Yeah.
There was another one where I forgot who it was. It actually came up before we did the show. I was on Facebook or on Instagram. This is a gentleman, African American gentleman, very very bright man. He does a lot of he's like kind of like a Tucker Carlson type guy. By the way, anyway,
boobies.
He was talking about how there was this young kid that came into the school and yelling at this Asian teacher, and he's like, "Oh, say it to me again," say it, like threatening him, standing over, say it, "I'll fuck you up." And then the person that was narrating this video says, "When I went to school, we didn't see any of this, and this is a reflection off of the breakdown of family.
Yeah.
Like,
Teachers would actually take us down too, I think, or grab us by the ear, grab us by the hair, grab us by the back of the collar, march us down to principals. And I went to school in Alabama for half the time where they had a big paddle, and you would bend over, put your hands on the desk, and you would get paddled with a wooden paddle that had holes in it, so it would hit you harder.
By the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it now, but back then, I was not into it.
Maybe you're into
back
it because
then.
of that.
No, I don't think so. But back then, it was just like, fuck.
Yeah, we had a dean. I forget what the fuck was his name. We used to call him Super Mario. Anyway, he took this kid that was an asshole, and you remember the Undertaker when he used to do the choke slam?
Mm-hmm.
And this kid got in his face, and he grabbed him by the fucking throat, and he picked him up by the throat and just dropped him on the table. Nobody fuck with that dean ever again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that, like, if it happened to my kid, I might be tight. But if I find out my son Aiden got into a face of a teacher and threw a punch, and the teacher punched him back, I'm gonna be like, Aiden, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I would be more disappointed in my kid. I'd be like, what were you thinking?
Right.
Why would you ever do that? Step up to one of your teachers. Like if I did that as a kid, not only would I get my ass whooped at school, but then I would come home and my dad would whoop my ass on top of that, and then I'd be grounded.
Yeah, man. Not cool, bro.
I would know that would not happen.
Not cool.
So,
all right.
That's what I thought it was, Lori. Oh, speaking of beef.
Oh shit.
I just watched a series on Netflix called Beef, and it's like, we got beef. That's what it's about.
Yeah. They still use that term nowadays?
Huh? They do, I guess, for this particular purpose, and it's Glenn from Walking Dead. I'm blanking on his name, and Allie. My brain is going.
I never watched Walking Dead. I don't know.
Okay, they're fantastic actors. Okay, so it starts with road rage. So dude's at a store, he goes to back out, woman gets behind him, beeps on the thing, gives him the finger.
That's nice.
It's on.
Like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's basically, Hitman says it's an all Asian cast, but that doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with race. I mean, there's a little bit of Asianness in there as far as their culture, but it's very American. Yeah, Stephen Yeun, thank you. And it's very, very relatable to what can happen when anger feeds into anger, and how it goes do and keeps going. And the ending, the final episode, it's 10 episodes long, is so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And there's such a bigger message to this. I mean, some people are going to miss it, but there's such a bigger message to this show that's so well done, and it's so entertaining, and it's so funny, and I think people will be highly entertained.
I'll check that out. I'll check. Do you have an appointment you have to get to, April? Is that
no?
Colin?
Sorry, that's actually it's Aaron. I guess he's calling to say hi.
Oh, you sure? Why don't you pick it up and just say hi? It's fine.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not him. I don't answer the phone when I'm on a freaking podcast.
Tell him to come on.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, I'm gonna show you this story real quick. This is so for you guys don't know, I'm sure a lot of you guys, or maybe not, are familiar with Phil Jackson. He is a legendary head coach of the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan and
yes, sorry, Ali Wong. Thank you.
What?
Ali Wong, Stephen Young. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, amazing. It's funny, great show.
It's all good. And I'm a big fan of basketball, April. I love basketball. I love my New York Knicks. They're doing really well. Actually, tonight, I got to get done with this quick because in an hour, the Knicks are playing the Cavs, so on and so forth. We're in the playoffs. I'm really excited about this. But I'm going to play this YouTube video. Now, this guy, if you go to Sports Wars, I love this kid. He also has another channel. I can't remember the name of the channel, but he does a really good job on YouTube breaking down, the woke left.
Oh, and by the way, I found that question.
Well, all right. So let me stop sharing this. What's the question?
Okay. Hitman said, Ray, do you feel this is all part of the deep establishment quirks these people have, as well as depopulation, trans people going over can't reproduce? So
Ray,
Is it basically part of pushing a trans agenda? Is that part of a depopulation?
Oh, the depopulation. Yes. So first and foremost,
So we missed some questions last week, and we apologize for that.
We said me and April said we would get back to this question, and MV Hitman is basically asking if the push for transgender, the gimmick, the whole gimmick, is to help depopulation, and I do feel it is.
Could be. It's also very financially lucrative. It's a very expensive surgery, a series of surgeries, and the people are on medication for life, so it's very lucrative.
Did you know, I think over 10%, almost 19% of Gen Zers identify themselves as non-binary?
My pet sitter is non-binary.
Or transsexual, transgender, I'm sorry.
Transgender. It's kind of weird that the transgender, though, used to be, a lot of the transgender really just used to be transvestites. It's like a dude in a dress with some lipstick.
Pretty much.
So what happened to that group?
I don't know.
Why did they get women's rights? Because they didn't do anything. They didn't actually go through anything. They just put on some lipstick and a dress.
Yeah, man. Look, honestly, dude.
Sorry, you can't use my bathroom with me.
I'm gonna answer.
You gotta do a little more than that. Take a pill or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna answer your question. In all honesty, MV Hitman. I think everything over the last, a lot of things over the last 5 years, have been aimed to depopulate.
By the way, I'm kidding. I'll use the men's bathroom. I'm bathroom neutral.
Do you use the little plastic gimmick that you put over your twat? Is that what you say now?
The pee cup thingy?
The pee cup thing?
I will use that sometimes, but honestly, if the men's bathroom's open,
you have one?
Bathroom, I do, yeah.
You have a pee-pee?
It's a
shiwi
thing? A shiwi. It's Ren Fair, man.
Time out. So when you're done, now hold on. So when you're done using
for rent fairs, do you want to pee in a porta pot and sit on that fucking thing? I got a hoop dress on, man.
I get it.
I'm using a shiwi.
When you finish using it, what do you wipe? Do you have wipies with you?
It's disposable. Well, you hope they have toilet paper, but sometimes they don't. So I bring my own camping toilet paper.
You ever walk out of a porta potty, and be like, after you're done, you're like, hold this to a random stranger?
No, but I would probably do that to my friend. Matter of fact, I'm gonna mentally make a note of that and do it to her.
Why is this wet?
Yeah, here, can you hold this for me? she's ready to fuck off with the
That is fan-fucking-tastic.
No, but yeah, I'll use the men's. Yeah, I'm an equal opportunity pisser. Absolutely, I use the men's room all the time. And sometimes I'll see people's faces when I come out. I'm like,
what is
maybe
this?
I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
MV Hitman wrote, Ray, what if I told you the NYC mayor failed the captain test? I already knew this shit.
Well, what do you call a doctor who got a D-? Or what do you call a medical student who got a D-?
Anyway, let me play this story.
Okay,
we only got a few minutes left. Hold on, let me just fucking bring this up. So much to talk about.
I know. That's what we said. Today was going to be the tons of stuff to talk about episode.
Right, let's listen to this, guys. And I'm just going to play a very short portion. Again, this is courtesy of Sports Wars. I fucking love this guy. Here we go.
Over the past several years, so many sports fans have walked away from sports that they love, from leagues that they love, because so many of these sports leagues in this country and around the world have been pushing the woke agenda. They've been pushing identity politics, and people are sick and tired of it. People just want sports. They don't want to be preached to, especially when the message is, if you don't agree with us, we don't want you watching the sport. And the league that's been maybe worse about that than any other is absolutely the NBA, with woke Adam Silver, woke LeBron James, and so many of these athletes going to the next level and alienating the audience. We've been talking about it here on this channel for years.
Yep.
And now somebody who has a little bit of a history, a little bit of a legacy in the NBA is also pointing out the obvious. Phil Jackson says he doesn't watch the NBA now because it's too political and woke with Black Lives Matter messaging. Man, if only some people would have been saying that back in 2020, almost like that was right here on this channel. You can go find it. You can go look it up. And yes, Phil Jackson is calling this out. He's calling it what it is. He's saying that they decided to alienate a bunch of people, that not everybody wants to tune in and be preached to like that. And he, along with many other people, decided to walk away and not pay attention to the NBA. Phil Jackson, Chicago Bulls legend, Lakers legend, isn't paying attention to basketball because it's getting too political. NBA Hall of Fame head coach Phil Jackson says he's not watched the NBA since the league allowed players to put wanky political messaging on their jerseys during the 2020 season. During an appearance on the podcast Tetragrammation with Rick Rubin, Jackson described the NBA's decision to turn itself into a BLM platform.
I'm just going to let him read this last thing, and I'm going to make my statement.
As catering to a certain audience while turning off people who just wanted to watch sports. You could make a video for this channel if you want to, Phil. Quote, they did something that was kind of wanky. They did a bubble down in Orlando, and all the teams could qualify, went down there and stayed there. And they had things on their back like justice. They made a funny thing like justice just went to the basket. Equal opportunity just knocked him down. So my grandkids thought it was pretty funny to play up those names. So I couldn't watch that. It was catering, trying to cater to an audience or trying to bring a certain audience into play. They didn't know it was turning other people off. People want to see sports as non-political.
Boom.
Yeah, they want to use sports to escape from the politics.
To get away.
Yeah, that's what people use sports and porn for, to get the fuck away from it all.
To get away.
Yeah.
It's like, man, do you remember guys and gals out there when, if you're into sports, when there was no sports in 2020? And I was watching fucking ESPN, the Ocho. There was
vampire shows. And hi, Dark Side.
Hey, Dark Side. Guess what? Starting next week, you would have been early when you jumped in because we start at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Yes. Let me get. You know what, John Cena? What do you think?
Boobies.
See, John Cena is excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. 7
p.m. starting next week. Listen.
Yeah, cool, awesome, dude. I'm with you on that. I'm tired of hearing the word woke. Can we just not come up with something else by now?
I'm
also tired of hearing the words the follow the science. Like, can we retire that phrase forever too?
Follow the science. Follow the science unless it fits your fucking narrative. Here you go. This is what I want to say. Just really simple, April. The things I love are a very small modicum of things I love. Movies, TV, woke. Now, I can't watch a fucking series. I fell off The Mandalorian, which I enjoyed.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. And I have my reasons. I'll tell you later. What else? The Star Wars just fucking sucks now.
It does.
I love Star Wars.
Mandalorian doesn't. It's still pretty good.
All right. Maybe I'll give it another chance, but we'll see. There were a whole bunch of, like, now sports wrestling at one point almost got there, but thank God Vince McMahon's a raging racist. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He is a racist, allegedly. But
look how old he is. That's like being mad that your grandparents are racist. It's like, Jesus Christ, they lived through this whatever era. Of course they're racist. Get over it.
The fucking thing is that, I turn the TV on and all I'm seeing is war and violence and murder and rape and more war. I just want to watch a fucking basketball game.
Right. 100%.
I just want to watch baseball. I don't want to see justice on somebody's jersey. I don't want to see fucking BLM. Listen, I don't care if it's PLM, Puerto Rican Lives Matter. All lives matter. Everybody fucking matters. Everybody fucking matters. That shit almost turned me on 100. It almost turned. My son used the term with me last week, and I just learned this, and now I know I'm officially old because I'm pretty streetwise. My son said some shit like, "Yo, that's cap, Dad." I'm like, "What?
What?
That's cap."
Cap? Like captain?
In the chat right now, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Can somebody tell me if they know what the term cap means right now? You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yup, Winona. She's hood.
Wait, what? What does it mean?
It's fake.
Why?
Cap. Fuck. Huh?
Why does it mean
That's
that?
just the term. Why did dope mean good back in the day? Why did fresh mean good?
Okay.
It's just,
the one that gets me is slay. It's like a different version of kick ass, but slay. It's
AB
like
Twitch.
medieval. It's like
AB Twitch lying.
Yeah. Lying? What's lying?
Cap. It's cap, Dad.
The other one that gets me is bass.
What?
So when the first time I saw bass.
No.
No. Because I thought that people will write bass to like a fact. Somebody will put something up on Twitter, like they'll say, I don't know, something about, I don't know, the sun is warm today, and somebody will write base. And I thought they were saying biased, because a lot of people will write biased, like this fact is biased, but people will say base, meaning this is fact. So the first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is base?
Huh. So it's fetch. What does fetch mean?
That's so fetch. I would imagine that's so good.
Oh God, who knows?
Is it?
That's so catchy.
So, and thanks, Sportsmaster.
That's so. All right. Real quick, we're gonna end the show now in like 2 minutes. But I just wanted to really quickly touch base because
sorry,
Roosh, the wrestler.
Boosh.
What does that mean? What
Boosh
does that
is
mean?
from Frisky Dingo.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Frisky Dingo was a take on Whiskey Tango. It was a show. It was an Adult Swim show that's fucking hilarious. They only had 2 seasons, but if you get a chance to look it up, Frisky Dingo, you're welcome. That's all.
Before I jump into the story, I was watching some old A show, like old A show, like Colin would just like start the show and then it would just be you, and I think it was Jimmy G, and you were a blonde.
Yes, I almost wore that tonight. I couldn't find it. Remember?
Let me fucking tell you something, April.
I almost wore it tonight. That's funny that you bring that up.
You make a nice looking blonde.
I know, right?
What the fuck?
Thanks.
I was like, goddamn, she's a cutie with that goddamn blonde wig.
I literally almost wore it tonight because I was like, I'm having a bad hair day. I'm just gonna pull the wig on. I could not dig it out and find it.
So what are the maybe? So you know what? Next week.
Maybe next week.
Next week. Does April go blonde? Put up a I don't know, thumbs up in the chat.
Maybe next week.
So
yeah, and you can see me. You can see me blonde on our Patreon. Patreon, The A Show. Yeah. So, and by the way, thanks to everybody who has joined here and been a member, become a member, gotten on our Patreon and supported us. We really, really appreciate it.
Wardeep is not a fan of the blonde.
So it's we love when you become a member. It helps us tremendously. So yeah.
Question: how do you feel? And I'm going to end with this. So we know that that Donald Trump, I don't want to get into it too much. Maybe we could touch more about it next week, but Donald Trump has been accused of rape. And apparently,
really? What hasn't he been accused of? They are really, really afraid of him, huh? He scares the shit out of them. Lisa
Rubin breaks down the opening arguments as Jean Carroll's civil rape defamation trial against Donald Trump. So we could talk a little bit about that. I want to see how this plays out a little more. But Joe Biden is officially running for fucking president.
Of course he is.
All right, I'm gonna put on my Matt Walsh glasses.
I mean, those obviously gonna happen. Nobody gets out on the,
Hold on, I'm gonna put on my Matt Walsh. Ladies and gentlemen, the average age of a person, an American male in the United States, is between when they pass away is between 75 and 80. Believe it or not. This president is 82 years old, which means that by the time he turns 86, that will be the end of his term.
That's how my grandma was when she died. I don't even know it's the age thing so much as the fact that he's age notwithstanding, he's just awful. They're awful. This whole administration is awful. They care more about diversity. Like I see some people like celebrating diversity. It's like, who the fuck cares? I mean, that's great. Okay. But are you doing your job? The country's in the shitter.
AB Twitch.
I'm all for diversity, but fuck, do your fucking job, man.
He is a vegetable, guys.
Thank you, Alex.
AB Twitch, no.
He's terrible. He is terrible for the country. The country has gone into the shitter. And I am no fan of Trump. But things were going better when he was at the helm. Fiscally, we had more rights. Abortion was not being so restricted. Everyone's 401k was healthy. Our gas prices were okay. Our food prices were okay. You have to admit this, okay? And like I said, I voted for Biden. I do not like Trump. I'm admitting this. I'm sorry to everybody. So come on.
Listen. This is the agenda. This is what I believe is happening. They know he's about to die.
Yeah, they want Kamala in.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's what it is.
They want Kamala in. I said years ago, here's my psychic prediction. Kamala is going to be the first female president.
This is scary. Listen, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. It's not my place.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, do not vote for this motherfucker.
Don't vote
we
for
we have 4 more years of this. Could we actually?
Yes.
It's going to destroy us.
Kamala, the Ugandan giant, and Kim Chi, the wrestler.
Yeah, it's going to
vote for
destroy
him.
us. To anybody, to RFK, Trump, I don't care. Just vote for my cat. Just don't vote for Biden again. Oh my God. Anybody at this point, anybody could run against Biden and win, I think.
No, that's the scary thing. Can they win? What if he wins?
Here's what I want to know. Okay. The people, that's why I don't even understand how Dominion had a case against Fox or anybody. The people who wrote the software for the voting machines, they came out and said that there is the possibility that you can change that vote to a 51% using their software. This is out. So do our votes even matter? Like, does it matter?
Listen, if you're going to vote, any fucking
I'm not saying don't vote. I'm saying definitely vote, but I'm just saying what happens if everybody votes and we go through this shit show again?
Vote for this Kamala.
Yeah,
this
I'll take that
over.
Kamala. This is
Kamala.
probably more E.T. and Alf 2024. Yeah, I'm with that. Phone home.
April, I must haven't hit the go home music. So much.
Yeah. Dark Side says he hasn't voted in the last 5 elections. That means you don't have jury duty either.
Brother. But you know what though? Listen, man, get out there and support who you think is best to help run this country. Because honestly, I think we're at a point that we're all fucked.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Get out and vote mentality. I think you need to have an educated voter. So yeah, Tulsi, exactly. Like you need to have an educated voter, not somebody that just goes against the other guy just because they believe media rhetoric.
I agree.
That's how we got into this situation.
Let's see if I can pull this
just
up.
because you can vote because you're 18 doesn't mean you should. If you don't know all of the details and all the history and everything. Sorry, I'll shut the fuck up now.
No, don't shut the fuck up.
So anyway, yeah.
Well, April, what do you got?
Nothing. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. I'm excited to see you at 7:00 next week. Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am. Make sure you guys set your little notifications on Twitch so you're reminded that we're going to be on, so you know when we're live. And again, find me on Twitter. My only 2 accounts. There's only 2 of them. April Hunter, real April Hunter. Anything else, it is not me. So
yes, not her.
It's not me. So lots of love to you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the input that you guys are putting into our chat tonight. You guys, I swear, are the smartest, coolest viewers. You guys, it's really, I mean, you give me faith and hope that, you know, there are people out there that we can have discussions about everything. Thank you for that. Sometimes I get frustrated.
I want to give a quick little shout out to Winona and to War Demon. Guys, thank you for your help. And we're looking forward to you helping us a little bit more. We're gonna need you guys to help push this brand. We genuinely care about you guys. I want to also show you this real quick. So you head over to Rumble, type in the A Show, all one word. Okay, guys, and click, and then hit follow. All right, guys, we are going to be also streaming on Rumble. Even if you're not going to watch on Rumble, if you have the app, it would be great if we can get a follow from you guys. I haven't signed in here yet, but everything is set up. It's going to be this logo right here. That way, you know it's us, the A Show. Okay. And we'll be streaming on Rumble. We'll be streaming on YouTube. We'll be streaming on Twitch. We'll be streaming on Twitter. I'm trying to help grow this, but I can't do this by myself. April, as gorgeous as she is, as big as her boobies are, as intelligent as she is, we cannot do it, guys, without your help. So please, we're going to need your help to help push this on social media or anywhere possible. Again, follow us on all social media. Head over to our Twitch, head over to our Twitter, head over to our Instagram. Head over and support the A Show and love us as much as we love you guys.
Thank you. And somebody said something about Red Sonja variant cover.
Oh, look at that. We'll go home to that.
Yeah.
Good. Can you make that Red Sonja do booby bumps?
No, I can't. But that might be a variant cover coming out soon by artist J Fife with me. So
Red Sonja.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go see all these things on Real April Hunter on my Instagram. I'm always posting something up there. So yeah.
At Real April Hunter on Instagram.
Yeah, and if you watch the free wrestling show last week, we had what was that? I'm blanking. Kill City Cup on not Instagram, on YouTube. Kill City Cup. We had a really fun show last week. It is free. You can look it up. It was a good time. We might have more. So thank you for watching.
Do not forget 7 p.m.
Siete.
So with April it'll be 7:05, right, April?
7:03.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week on the A Show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
7:03.
4 p.m. Pacific. Peace out, guys.